It's man.
It's Christian.
Here sitting at the grandma table. What's popping off, big bro?
Whole lot of everything.
You know it. So, for this one, I came up with a topic this morning, and then also this morning, YouTube decided to show me this short. So I'm gonna play the short. By the time the short is over with, you'll know what the topic is.
Got it.
And then we'll go into it from there. Let's go.
Never think about kid. Nigga, I'm solution based. I don't listen to problems to gossip with niggas. And I understand. But niggas don't have no fucking heart. You can't go to war with niggas who love tangible things. And niggas talk that fucking warrior shit, but these niggas are so unproven. But you give your loyalty to niggas who are unproven, who do shit for money, and that's it. They don't do shit for the love of the people. And the biggest commodity of anything is the fucking people. It's no you without the people. Don't give a fuck how much money you got. With no people, nigga, you're nothing.
And so, literally, at 8:39 this morning, the topic that I wrote down was literally, you have to care about the people.
He said, yeah, that's one.
I said, yeah, that's the one. If I didn't think that was the one today, that's definitely the one today after I came across that one.
It's getting recorded. Mm-hmm.
But it kind of goes into what we talked about last week. I kind of went into it a little bit, but I was talking about how when money is infinite, what you really pay for is your ability to capture attention.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes into the people. And we were talking about having integrity when you're, making content, but when you're doing anything in life. And that goes back to how much you care about the people. But I more so wanted to get into it on the level of, let me answer a question and you answer it and we'll just let the conversation flow natural. Do you think most people care about each other?
No. I think a lot of people would like you to believe that.
Break that down. Why you say that, bro? What's the difference between actually caring about a person and trying to make somebody believe that you care about them?
Well, I think everybody understands that there's strength in numbers. And I think everybody understands at a base level, no matter how much they talk about being alone and all this, you can't really do this life stuff by yourself. And so I feel like people feel like to be at an advantage, so to speak, you gotta have people in your corner. But we talk about all the time, you got to vet people. You got to see people in these type of moments to even say, okay, nah, this person in my corner through whatever. Like, and I feel like I feel like they treat that process like it's if it happens type thing. Like, we don't really need to go through anything. That's just, I've been knowing them for 20 years. I've been knowing them for 10 years. So they pretty cool to keep around. But for whatever reason, every day that I just live my everyday life, I get shown that these people be real cool with each other until something don't go their way. Until it might not even have something to do with the person. Like, it might not even be a falling out with the person or anything. But like I said, I come across people every day that they just willing to throw they right hand man under the bus for nothing. It'd be something they might have going on with the person. They might be into it with somebody else, and to have something to stand on, they'll step on they partner them. And it's like, oh my, is eye opening, because you realize when you see people fall out over like trivial shit, there's never, like, some stuff not even supposed to make it to telling another motherfucker that this even went on. But you see people get on social media and blast folk and, you know, talk crazy and say all types of unforgivable shit about each other. And, you know what I'm saying, cross so many lines and stuff. And then they just make back up. But it ain't like, you know, you can see there's already, like, the foundation for this friendship is trashed. Like, the foundation for this relationship is bad. Like, it's bad. So we're never going to be able to prosper. We're never going to be able to flow naturally and be able to actually coexist, because we both know that, yeah, we gonna make it look good for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But it's at a certain point, this nice shit will stop. Like, it'll be a point where, and every time I come across this, it's never with the person that they faking the funk with. It's never with them. It's always when they not around and it ain't got nothing to do with them, that I see it's revealed to me, like, oh no, you would toss them, like you'll throw them under the bus real quick if it means saving your ass, if it means proving your point, if it means, and I just, and so yeah, that lead me to believe that, yeah, people know they need people in their corner, but in terms of being genuine towards the people in their corner, or actually like caring about the folks, I won't say everybody, but I see it enough to feel like, yeah, people don't really cherish the bonds and relationships and stuff they're supposed to have with people.
I think there's the biggest indicator that God exists is the fact that we're alive.
Mm-hmm.
The second biggest indicator to me is the fact that once you acknowledge God, you also acknowledge that the devil is in control of this world, and yet you can still find love in it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what's promoted. So it's hard to find love in this world. And when I say love, everybody always straight goes to intimate partner relationships. And it's like, no, like, love in every form of it. You can love on a stranger.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can.
You know what I mean? And it's what we fail to realize as people is that we all come into this world with a childlike joy, because we are children and we're just happy to be here. You pick up a baby by the time they're aware and you just say, "What's up, little man?" And he just go give you the biggest smile and just happy to be here. And slowly but surely, we just get that stripped and stripped and stripped and stripped and stripped. And what we fail to realize is we all been stripped. You know, so when we say shit like it's a dog eat dog world, when we say shit like don't trust them motherfuckers, when we do shit to each other, when we fight each other, when we curse each other, when we steal from each other, when we kill each other, when we in these relationships and we cheat on each other, when we lie to each other, And we justify this by, oh, this is just human nature.
Yeah.
And what it really is we're justifying shit based on our feelings. And people don't want to say it like that, but it's like human nature. Oh, this is just what I'm hardwired to do. Feelings are hard. Feelings are just electrical charges that go through the brain. They're just things that light up certain areas of the brain. So when you talk about how you're wired to, you're just talking about your feelings. That and we treat each other based on our feelings, and our feelings are all hurt. But we don't want to admit that, and so hurt people. So everybody in the world just start hurting each other, and it's like we don't care enough to give back nothing to anybody else. That's why shit like this podcast exists, because we feel inside that we need to give something back to people. And we don't have enough people doing that in their own way on a daily basis, because they don't understand, like, we don't know who we are. We don't know that we're all children of God. People proclaim it, but they don't internalize that. Like, if I'm a child of God and you a child of God, I cannot lie to you.
Yeah.
I can't steal from you.
I can't hate you.
I can't hate you. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't cheat you out nothing. For my woman, I can't cheat on her if I understand that she's it's not a feeling thing anymore. When we talk about loving and caring about people, it's a decision.
Yeah.
It's a choice. It's a set of conscious behaviors that get repeated over and over and over again. And when we're not doing those things, we're doing exactly what the enemy wants us to do.
Yeah. Yeah. You going back to the point you had made earlier, I was gonna chime in and say you see a lot of decisions motivated and justified with, I'm gonna go get them before they get me.
Yo, that is exactly what made me think of this topic, because I heard somebody say that and I was just like, where does the care for the other person come in? Like, what are you talking about? Like,
and you want to know what really make you take a step back and think. Most of the time that I done heard that, the person they talking about getting them before they got had intentions of never getting them in whatever way you want to think. Like, I might as well cheat on her. I might as well cheat on him before they cheat on me. You have now, based on what you thought was gonna happen, you done now damaged somebody. And now that damaged person ain't gonna trust nobody. Not gonna wanna love. They loved you for real. Like, and I'm, again, not just talking about relationally. I'm talking about with everybody. Like, oh, I had to cross my homeboy for he ever thought. Why did you have that thought in the first place about your homeboy? Why did you feel like your homeboy, like, bruh, it's my homeboys, I feel like I could trust them in a life or death situation. Like, I feel like if push come to shove, and that was a feeling at one point, and then I'd have been shown it, you know what I'm saying? Like, when it's time to ride, I got niggas down to ride, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's the same way vice versa. I should never feel like, because for me, when I get the feeling like I can't really trust you, I'm uncomfortable. I can't really be me around certain folk. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know you like that. But when you claim that you really know somebody, you locked in, like, you know, they family know you, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got a bond for real. And what would even make you possess the thought that I gotta go get one up on them before they ever get it on me? I'm too smart for that. What hurt are you not trying to deal with? Why are you taking that? Why are you taking that out on these people that got love and that care for you? And you know what I'm saying? Like, people be willing to give you the shirt off their back, and you won't even. And it ain't even something like, you won't even have the integrity to come talk to them about that type of feeling. Like, when you had that thought, like, I ain't gonna lie, you know, at one point I felt like you might have did some, like, and I know you didn't, but I just felt like maybe you was gonna do something, so that's why I fell back, or that's why y'all won't have them type of conversations. It'll just be you stop talking to them for no reason, or you did some snake shit to them, and it's like, well, now they over there. They not only are they hurt, they're confused, because where is all this coming from? And guess what? Because you didn't deal with your hurt that fueled that fire. In most of them cases, they not gonna go deal with that hurt, because you subconsciously knew where your hurt came from. They trying to figure out where this even started. And by the time they trying to figure out where this even started, most folks be like, man, fuck them. I ain't finna go talk to them about this. I ain't finna go ask them why they did, because they know what they was doing. So instead of getting to at least understand why, they not gonna try, because they don't feel like they deserve what happened to them. And you know what I'm saying? And I get that it's on self, but I can't sit up here and say that I wouldn't understand. You know what I'm saying? From that point of view.
We was talking earlier about Brandon at work was asking me about cause they said something about fighting, and DJ was like, somebody look like he'll probably beat somebody's ass. And I was like, I could, bro, but I be trying to stay away from shit like that. Like, cause like, what be the point in? Like, think about it for a second. What be the point in fighting? Like, what are you protecting?
Right.
Like, unless you protecting your life, what are you protecting?
Right.
A lot of the motherfuckers be like, they respect, and it's like, why would you fight for respect from a motherfucker giving you disrespect?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Like, that doesn't. I heard this dude I be watching on YouTube, and he was like, he said something so profound. Like, he was like, I don't have no problem being vulnerable with people, because I trust in myself enough to know that the moment that they show me they don't deserve that vulnerability, I'll take it away and go elsewhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, that's fire. Like, that's super duper fire. Where it's like, no, lead with it. And if anybody shows you that they don't deserve it, that's when you take it.
Yeah.
That's when you.
Yeah. That's when you dip out. That's when you bow out.
Everybody be so scared of getting hurt. Everybody be so scared of getting lied to. Everybody so scared of that trauma coming back up.
That they play defense.
That they just play defense from the outset. And it's like, and I'm like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm starting to reconsider, and I'm just like, how could I ever find the people that's supposed to gravitate towards me if I don't serve them first?
Yeah, no.
If I don't love them first, if I don't give to them first, who's going to want to come give to me when I'm just taking, bro, and I just got to see?
We talk about all the time what we look for, whether it be in friends, in significant others, You know what I'm saying? We talk about what we look for, but what is somebody looking at when they, you know what I'm saying? When they get to looking at you, what's shining on what's on the outside of you? What radiates off of you?
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
look at this shit. I want to show you this shit. Because I was just writing down something about what I wanted. And I literally asked that question.
yeah. No, for sure.
And which of the version of me who embodies, like, because like you have to ask yourself that question.
But then it's you. If your experiences done been bad, because everybody done had some bad experiences with some people that they, you know what I'm saying? Everybody done tried and it done failed, whether it be friends, relationships, parents, anything, whatever. Everybody done had an experience where they went, yep, whatever I do, I will never feel like that ever again. And people go so extreme, instead of saying, okay, I just won't be that vulnerable anymore. I just won't be that. They say I won't be vulnerable at all. I won't let nobody ever get close to me.
Well, nobody ever thinks that they did anything wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't the fact that you were vulnerable. Maybe it was how vulnerable you were to the wrong people.
But who looking at them being vulnerable as something wrong?
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying, bro. I remember saying that underneath one of the comment sections because somebody had ran a poll about whether God was fair. Whether it was fair. Damn, what did he say? He said something about whether it was fair for a God to punish people to hell for not believing in them. And I said, that's the wrong question to ask, because what we should be asking is, in a world where everybody deserves to go to hell, is it fair that God gives us all the same chance and all we got to do is say we believe? That's the question. But you know why niggas don't ask that question? I said it in there and I'm going to say it right here in response to what you just said. Motherfuckers don't know how bad they are. Mm-hmm. That's what people don't understand, because Christian, we be sugarcoating shit. Mm-hmm. We need to call it how it is. Mm-hmm. I could cheat on my woman and still love her. Yeah, but you didn't love her when you cheated.
Right.
I can lie to my mama and still love her. Yeah, but you didn't love her when you lied.
Yeah.
And what is the opposite of love?
Hate.
So you hated her when you lied. Mm-hmm. You hated telling her the truth so much that you was willing to lie for her.
Yeah.
Lie to her.
Yeah.
Like, stop sugarcoating this shit.
Bro, but
if I so much as went to McDonald's and we had an order together and I stole a fry from you, I stole from you. I don't give a fuck if it was just a fry.
I don't give a fuck if it was 2 orders of fries in there and I designated, okay, the one on the left, that's mine. And the one on the right, that's his.
And that's why it be killing me. Like, I know you be saying it all the time, but that's the real shit of why. But I done forgot about that money you owed me. Yeah, but I can't steal from you.
No, I feel you.
I never steal from you. I don't give a fuck if you forgot or, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you tell me out your mouth, I don't want this back.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'm absolved from that.
And even then, depending on it, you know what I'm saying?
I might get it back anyways, because stealing is stealing.
Because
wrong is wrong and right is right.
Because if obedience is obedience, if I'm supposed to forgive somebody, right? And that's just that is say I'm supposed to forgive in the Bible. I'm supposed to do it. Whether or not they receive it in a good way, as long as I forgave, that's where my obedience lied. Not in the fact that it was a success and we patched things up and I could forgive somebody and we still never speak again.
Facts.
On my own, like I could say, I forgive
have
you,
people I've forgiven and I still haven't spoke to them.
But I did what I was supposed to do.
Thank you.
And you want to know why I know I did what I was supposed to do? It's justified in the way that I feel right now.
Exactly. But motherfuckers don't think like, you know why, bro? Because they don't believe in that kind of power.
No,
They do not believe. People don't believe that the truth will set them free. People don't believe that they can love and get equal love back because of the feeling that they get in the moments where that love is not there.
You know,
And that's what causes the pain. That's what causes people to go so far away from the people and not want to serve the people.
mm-hmm.
You can't sell drugs in your community and break up families and say you give a fuck about the people because you was willing to put them in jeopardy for your own survival.
Right.
Rather, like, and it's like, bruh, you didn't even need money to come in that damn quick for you to help your mama out. You just didn't want to help your mama out while struggling.
Right. Right.
That's why you can't get into these relationships and lie to these men and lie to these women and tell them that this is what you want out of them and then go do some other shit. You can't be with your homeboys and tell them niggas that you whatever through whatever and not make it clear where your whatever stops.
You know what's so eye-opening to me, bro? The more it happened, the more I just be like, okay. Everybody willing to tell the hard, honest truth when they mad. But because they think, it's so funny, right? Because they think the truth will fuck some shit up, they won't say it. They'll feel a way, something will be done happen, and they really won't. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, give me motherfuckers around me that's willing to tell me, no, bro, I didn't like what you did because of this and this. Because even if I genuinely don't understand why you quote unquote tripping, because we love to oh nah, they tripping. Even if I don't understand why you upset, I'd rather that be the case and you let me know that things aren't the best between us right now than sitting around acting like we still the best of friends or we still in the best of shape in this relationship or like because if me and my mama get into it about whatever, and I won't even say get into it about whatever because we wasn't really getting into it, but I will say if we had any disagreement or you know what I'm saying, you have a child and a mom that don't agree on she might have been tripping to me quote unquote about something. She probably won't talk to me, you know what I'm saying, and I won't talk to her. But at least in, and I'm not saying that that's the healthy way to go about it, but at least I don't have to, hey man, oh hey Christian, how you doing? Da, 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 da. And then I gotta hear you talking about me behind my back. At least I know the whole time we not good.
Facts.
I can say whether I agree with that mentality or not. At least I knew. Well, shit, we probably don't have no words for each other today.
I'm gonna throw this in. Proverbs 27:6 say, "Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but deceitful are the kisses of an enemy." Break that down, Maya. What that mean? It's better for your friends to hurt your feelings than for the niggas not in your corner to kiss up to you. So if you got a friend that's kissing up to you who not really a friend, who doing that shit behind your back, they more dangerous than the motherfucker that'll come to you and say, "Hey, bro,
in
you
them
bullshit."
In them hard times,
It's some friends I know I done hurt their feelings.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna tell you right now, I know in the future the reason I'm not tripping about that shit because I know motherfuckers gonna come back to that shit and they gonna be like, at the end of the day, I can't say the motherfucker ain't.
bro, because it was fueled behind love. It was I care about you.
And
so
in those
much.
moments, I told niggas that where it's
Yeah.
like, bro, I wouldn't even be saying this shit. I ain't give a fuck about everybody in this room.
And the crazy part about it is, like I said, even if I don't understand it, I will take that 100. We live together, and you could come in there and be like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I think you bullshit, or I think you bullshitted me when, or something like that. And for the longest of time, I might not get it. We could go without speaking. We could. I'm glad that we wouldn't be on this pod every day talking about how we locked in and how we forever this and all that shit. And then I have to hear from my other two homeboys that you've been talking about me behind my back. You know what I'm saying? When you ain't never addressed none of that to me, it was just, oh, we cool. Cause that to me is that's dangerous. That's dangerous. I don't know whether or not I can fool with a motherfucker that'll do some crazy shit like that. Like the where we never ever speak on this. It's a difference if you going, hey, I don't really know how to approach this nigga about this shit without coming off like this, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I would just like that. But if you just coming in, you talking crazy, you talking about my mama and them, you talking about how that's why my daddy died. That's why, you know what I'm saying? Some crazy ass, unforgivable ass shit like that. Oh, well, now all this shit out the window. Now this shit done got crossed the line. Now it ain't no coming back from. And too many situations go on day to day with motherfuckers because they don't know them and because they don't actually get to in them uncomfortable spaces with them and see what people are made of then and what kind of character they got there and all that. Too many of this shit go unchecked to the point to where everybody around you be sitting there. You don't know who comfortable with who.
Exactly.
You don't know who comfortable with who. Like how many times we done said, damn, they still friends? Wasn't they just on Snap? All right. Damn, they not friends no more? I thought they was locked in forever. Like, and you go through and you will go through and you be like, well, here they go. They talking cold cash shit about them. Not to them to get them to do better. They talking like they genuinely don't give a fuck about this person, or they don't like this ain't been they road dog this whole time. And it's like, well, if you'll do that about them, why would anybody gravitate towards that?
And that's why it's so important to get out of poverty, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because not that niggas aren't evil outside of poverty.
Yeah.
But the mentality that comes along with having so little and the mental things that get broken, the chains that get broken.
You in survival mode.
Okay, I'm going to say this. I don't know too many women that have never been sexually assaulted.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I can't confidently tell you I know any that haven't.
Yeah.
Besides the ones in my family. But I'm talking outside of my family.
Yeah.
Like, I can't confidently tell you that the women that I've run into outside of my family, I'm not confident in saying that I've met one that has not been sexually assaulted.
You know, now that you bring that up, out of all the women I done met, even if I know a couple of, I done met a lot of women in my life outside of the family. So for me to say, oh, I can count on one hand, whoa.
I don't know that. Like,
and you're right. I don't know if I need my whole hand. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use my hand. I don't know.
So we need to be careful. As men, we gotta be careful when we come out here and say, fuck these hoes. These bitches ain't shit. this, that. Bro, you talking about a hurt little girl.
Yeah, you talking about you. Hold on.
She could be 35, 40 plus, and you still talking about a hurt little girl, bro.
Bro,
like that's the whole reason she even act like that, bro.
Like you talking about fuck these hoes. That was a 5-year-old girl against her will that ain't never been able to feel like she was safe enough to talk to nobody about that
ever again. So it's like you don't gotta date her. You don't gotta be with her.
You ain't gotta try to help her through
nothing.
You don't have to.
But if you love people, you'll understand.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get the understanding, it's hard to go back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's the reason I was able to forgive anybody that I was ever holding anything against was because I realized I wasn't too far away from their situations. Mm-hmm. And it was young men that was just like me that went through shit just like me, if not worse in some of the areas. And they just, it like the split second decisions. I remember telling y'all, man, I'm not saying I'm across that bridge, but I'm on that line and I'm telling you, I understand how niggas go over.
Yeah.
And it's like you get to those lines in life and you start to unlock these understandings of, man, when you dealing with this kind of pain, I see how a motherfucker never get through. You know what I'm saying? I see how a nigga become, and I'm not giving no excuse.
With everything that was going on with me, as messed up as I think it is, because at one point I thought it was messed up that my mama would ever look at me and go, you kind of got to understand. You got to feel for him.
Yeah.
Like, I had a whole family just say, F you.
Yeah.
And to me, it was like, F me?
Yeah.
How? What?
Yeah.
I called her straight?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I had to go, wait a minute. Did I catch her straight?
Right.
Hold on.
Before you get out of that, though, stay right there for a second. Think about that for a second. Remember, I need you to just tap into that. Tap into that 2020 shit, that mindset that you was just talking about. Mm-hmm. Okay, imagine still feeling like that today.
Okay.
And imagine feeling like that every day. And imagine a motherfucker like me coming on here telling you, you gotta love people though. You gotta understand. You just said, you was like, fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, no, for sure.
And it's like, I get why people hear me and hear these messages and they just like, they won't say it out loud, but it's like, fuck are you talking about? I got my innocence taken.
Fuck these motherfuckers.
Fuck are you talking about, nigga? I never felt like I had a chance.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Fuck are you talking about? My pops was never in my life. Fuck are you talking about? Yeah. All I ever grew up around was niggas who had already gave up and did their best to get me to give up. We act like we don't know that, nigga.
Yeah.
We act like we be acting like, and I'm talking me and you here.
Yeah.
We be acting like we don't understand that it's motherfuckers out there that come to these young boys all the time and tell them, but you just need to be fucking on something.
Yeah.
But you just make sure you ain't never lacking.
Spend all your money. You can't go with you.
But so niggas never handed me nothing but bad.
Yeah.
Like, fuck are y'all talking about? Understand who?
And truth be told, right? Truth be told, it wasn't nothing but the trauma that carried us on into our teens and later into our 20s, and God that made us go, no, that's still not the way.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
The fact that you ever understood how a motherfucker could, meant you wasn't too far from doing.
In order to understand, you gotta be close.
Yeah.
Like you, like
you kind of
Lil Baby said it in Hurricane. Like, sometimes I wish shit was different, but then I wonder would I still be that same young hungry nigga from the West End?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like your identity shift when your circumstances shift. So like everything you got is a gift. My empathy is a gift. But how could I ever relate to these niggas if I wasn't never with them?
Yeah.
These are the people that I grew up with. These are the people that I know y'all names. These are the people that when they talk about these kids killing each other, I gotta realize that I know 10 niggas that I went to school with
when you
are dead.
bro. even not just that. Shit, in a homicide, you see a mugshot of a motherfucker. I went to school with him. Guess what? I went to school with the person he killed too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Christian,
like,
we like to talk about how this rap shit and this and that is entertainment, but it's like the whole reason you listen to it is because what you don't understand is subconsciously you understand what the fuck they talking about. The whole reason these other niggas over here can't relate to it, I may not be in the streets, but I'm so close to it. I done seen it all. Where it's just like, nigga, you can't help but understand. And it's like, I get it, we don't want to, and I understand why you wouldn't want to, because that was me. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
And I would have told you that.
Yeah.
I don't want to understand these niggas that's out here.
Yeah.
But as I grew older, I understood. I can't even, as I started to love myself, you know what I understood? I can't even understand love until I understand the motherfuckers around me. I can't even comprehend what it means to really love a motherfucker. I can't do this podcast unless I understand what it means to look at kids like that and to have the empathy, not the sympathy, not the feeling bad for it, but the empathy where it's just like, man, listen, before I tell you how to improve, let me just say, man, I understand.
Yeah, no, because empathy will have you, cause your natural will be like, man, that was fucked up. Empathy will have you understand how the biggest kingpin that done stole, robbed, and killed for everything that they got, when they get shot and die, that was still somebody's son.
Facts.
You can understand why I don't care what y'all view my baby as. That's still my baby though.
Facts.
And that just go back into what I was saying. Like, I finally started to understand, and I hated it at first because it was like, well, I gotta understand these motherfuckers. I ain't do nothing to them. And even if I did do something to them, it sure wasn't worth all this. It didn't constitute all of this. But when you sit back and you take all the labels off shit, and you take all the what I think I deserve and all the empathy, strip you all that.
Yes, sir.
Empathy is the same thing that'll make me go, man, all these motherfuckers said F me, but if I seen them, I'm probably gonna give them a hug.
And Christian, you understand this better than anybody. This is why there's very few humans on this planet that can get on here and talk like this. Mm-hmm. But you gotta understand what I'm saying. Because you my brother, and because I done known you for 10 years, and because I've been here for all these moments, you understand, and you understood me, so I know you understood this yourself. Man, this shit get annoying because you start feeling like, man, I shouldn't even be. Ain't no way I feel bad for these people.
How could I?
Ain't no way these folk did me like this. And I'm sitting here talking about how they felt about some shit.
But let me tell you what empathy embodies. It embodies Christ.
It do.
Because he knew. Yeah, I'm gonna come down here and they not going like I know cause at a point in time, we all probably thought the people that done did us some type of way, we thought, boy, they ain't never. Imagine already knowing they going to. And knowing not only are they going to do me some type of way, they gonna do me the worst way. They not gonna care. And even when I do this huge thing to show them, even through all that, I still love y'all. They still not gonna accept it with open arms. I'm just a human. I'm just Christian on earth. So when I get the feeling like, man, these motherfuckers told me I can't come to their church, I still might go pop up just to say, hey, I understand why you feel like that. I know that ain't me. That can't be. That can't be, because you was there from the beginning. At one point it was, man, I might just go pop up just to disrupt some shit. Just to go over there and be everything that they want to paint me out to be. And it's like, well, true, that ain't gonna cause no. And you wanna know how I know it's still an everyday conscious fight? Because as far as I done came with that shit, I still, if my mama get a little too on they side in my eyes, oh nah, hold on, why it seem like you choosing they side? Why it seem like you understanding them a lot more than you understanding me?
But it's important to note that it is a everyday thing.
Yo, yeah, for sure.
Because motherfuckers be acting like, I didn't know that about forgiveness until I had to go through it. Mm-hmm. Like, you're going to have month stretches where that shit doesn't bother you.
No, yeah.
And then you're going to look up and you're going to be like, dude, I'm wrestling with this again.
And you might have month stretches where that shit don't bother you, but the rest of your year might be centered around. Like, the rest of your year, it might not keep you from doing what it might have kept you from doing in the past. You might still be able to go on about your everyday life, but the thought gonna cross your mind every day and you sit in it.
And Christian, I'm gonna tell you why. We haven't talked about this before, but it's part of the thing. We keep talking about what humans and strong humans are supposed to be. And we act like people that are strong people cannot hurt. We act like if you hurt too long about something, or if something still bother you years down the line, like that mean that you're weak. And it's like, no, you're looking at it wrong. Like, when you've been fighting that fight every day to the point where it really did stop bothering you, and it took months, years, however long to come back up, when this was something that you struggled with every fucking night,
and it probably should have been enough to take you out.
Like, nigga, that mean that you persevered. That mean that you strong as hell. It ain't nothing wrong with letting that like, sometimes that shit go get to you, bro. Sometimes that shit is gonna get to you, but that don't mean that you don't go through it, though. That don't mean that you close yourself off, and that don't mean that you look at it and say, I can't take too much more of that. Bro, you can. Don't ever tell yourself you can't take too much more of something, because you don't know how much of nothing life go throw at you.
Yeah.
And you can't be ready for any and everything when you too busy protecting yourself from this rather than flourishing in this. when you protecting yourself from harm rather than flourishing in love, when you trying to isolate yourself and you trying to get back at the people rather than caring about the people, you'll never have what you need to be able to handle at your highest capacity everything that life is gonna throw at you.
You know, I just thought about this, bro. It's real interesting, and I'm using my own experience to say this. How could you say that you don't think you could take too much more of this, right? When you never know. Well, let me start off by saying this. At the height of the worst days during that situation, it wasn't enough to make you give up, right? But you don't realize that was the height of that situation, and those was the worst of the worst days until you come down from.
Facts.
Until you like, oh, okay, damn, I ain't even realize it's actually been a week and a half and I haven't even thought about. And then when that turned into, I don't even feel like how I felt 2 years ago. And it's been even if I come in here and I be like, damn, bro, I don't even really know why. I know you tired of me talking about this shit, and these are real words, by the way. I know you tired of me talking about this shit, but god damn, bro, you don't think that's just a little fucked up? You don't think that's just a little fucked up? You don't think like, damn, maybe I did, like, even if, right? Because somewhere in that conversation, a motherfucker could tell you, yeah, bro, fuck that. Fuck them, fuck that, and move on. How is it that in that conversation, I'm still like, I don't know if I go that far.
And they'll tell you that's weakness.
You know what I'm saying? They'll make you feel like, well, why not? They did it to you.
People like to see... We see hatred as strength.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you hard
and wonder why the devil got so much control over this world.
It's fueled by what?
We see anger,
jealousy.
We see revenge. All the negative shit. Mm-hmm. You gotta make them pay.
Forever get my lick, man.
You gotta make sure they know you not somebody to play with.
Like what?
Like what are we leading with? Like what are we? You cannot tell the kids that they're weak for not embodying hatred and then be so bewildered when they hate themselves so much they kill themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't.
Who are you? You're nothing but the devil at that point. These niggas on YouTube is the devil. Mm-hmm. If they telling you gotta mistreat and lie and this and that and be somebody that you're not, to what? Get a woman to like you? To make a dollar?
To make motherfuckers, quote unquote, feel you?
I'd rather be feared than respected or feared than loved. Motherfucker, you need to stay away from me.
Please.
Please get away from me. If that's how you command your respect, if you want what you to say to go that bad that you make a motherfucker feel scared to come around you. Mm-mm. Nah, but I'm cool.
And bro, like,
I'm cool.
Like my mama said, in that moment of me feeling like what I felt like, that's not gonna never yield the results that you want anyway.
No.
Whatever you think is gonna come out of that,
it's not gonna be what you think it is, bro. You remember we had that conversation and I said, bro, I care about you so much. Because of how much you've been here through my shit, the fear is gonna come. There's always gonna be a natural level of fear in respect. Mm-hmm. I respect you so much. I'm telling you, I don't want to do wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I gave
Yeah.
the example of the money earlier. I'm not gonna cheat you
No, for sure. For sure.
because of the level of respect. But the level of respect comes from, this is a person I hold near and dear to my life.
Yeah.
I fear losing them.
Yeah.
If I do X, Y, Z,
Motherfuckers.
that is gonna come natural with the love and the respect.
Motherfuckers think when you say the word fear and all that, oh, I think this nigga will beat my ass. Bro.
Like, what the fuck?
First of all, I'd rather scrap this nigga and we live to tell the story than damn that nigga say, you know what, bro? I couldn't put my hands on you if I wanted to. But I ain't gonna lie to you. This shit done. Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, bro. I'm as far as we go, bro. I don't want none of the shit I done never did for you or gave you or none of that shit back, bro. You can keep all that shit. But don't come around me no more. Don't them the type words I don't want to hear from a nigga.
Exactly.
I don't want to. You talk about, man, a motherfucker done been there through you through whatever your biggest heartbreak was, or is, or will be. That's heartbreaking. Like motherfuckers don't want to categorize it as that because we're men and we not supposed to about another man. No, bro, you lose a motherfucker that's close to you. Man, woman, it don't matter. Mama, friend, it don't matter. It don't matter. It's like, bro, you'll be just as hurt. You'll be just as traumatized. You'll be just as fucked up.
Cause these niggas is scared to say, yeah, I love my dogs.
Yeah.
But if that nigga die, you go cry.
You're going to be devastated.
This shit go fuck up your life.
You will never be the same again. What?
So I mean, why we can't just?
What is this even founded on?
Why? Cause some silly bitch go call you gay for saying I love my niggas.
She not no real motherfucker.
Like is that a woman you want to be your wife anyways? So why are you even worried about what she's saying? Because you insecure.
What you worried about?
It's the fear. It's
the internet,
niggas fear so much that they want to be in it.
The internet got
they
y'all
want to command
up.
it.
The internet got y'all fucked up with all these stupid ass memes and these stupid ass posts and all that shit. Thinking that shit make you some type of weirdo and it make you weak and all that. Actually,
internet, bro.
Actually, I can respect a motherfucker that can be real about who he is, whether he around his homeboys, his woman, his family. I can respect a motherfucker that can be them unapologetically before I gotta unpack the layers of who you are because you
Christian,
don't present.
What people don't understand is that's what makes the man. When you could be you so unapologetically that you never have to fear anything.
Yeah.
That's what makes you the man. But we're so caught up in, we take aspects of these type of guys. Oh, niggas who confident and love themselves tend to be quiet because they don't need to show off. Oh, so that mean if you a motherfucker that's just loud and exuberant and oh, you gay, oh, you feminine, oh, you this, you that. And it's like, calm down, brother. Like,
whoa,
that's not what makes the man. He's just, if you're comfortable being you in all situations because you know what you're doing is right. Now, it's another thing if you comfortable being you and you know what you're doing is wrong, because there's a level of uncomfortability in that. Mm-hmm. But when you are 100% at peace, I'm not talking about what anybody else sees you as. I'm talking to the individual listening to this. Mm-hmm. When you are 100% at peace with whoever you are, that's what makes you the man. Yeah. And people can feel that. And people will respect that. And it don't matter if you quiet. It don't matter if you loud. No. It don't matter if you got quote unquote swag. It don't matter if you lit. It don't matter if you boring. It don't matter. It does not fucking matter.
No.
None of that shit matters when you're locked into. But we get so caught up in believing that shit matter because we want to be somebody that matter because we all be feeling like we don't matter.
And that's the issue. But that's the stuff that, going back to what I was saying, ain't nobody dealing with that. The moment you feel like you don't matter, surround yourself with some folk.
I'm gonna tell you why that's so hard though. You gotta admit it. Yeah. You gotta look yourself in the mirror, and it gotta be that one-on-one conversation.
I feel like
when you lay your head at night on that pillow, and when you talking to yourself, God is always present. So it gotta be you and God, and you gotta look him in his face, and you gotta say, man, I know you made me, bro, but I ain't gonna lie, my experience has told me I ain't shit.
I don't matter.
I feel like all of this shit has nobody wants to say it got to them. And we gotta tell ourselves as people, we gotta look. This is what I did when I came to God, and I said, nigga, I'm scared and I've been scared. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, you gotta look and you gotta tell them, OG, I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't got it.
Man, life got the fucking best of me, bro.
But
like, I don't got this shit.
But this is my thing, right? You know, my perspective done changed on it now. But I don't think I need it now, right? But at first thing motherfuckers started asking me was, you ever thought about going to therapy? And I said, going to therapy? No, that shit ain't. You know how long I've been talking about this shit to motherfuckers? They ain't never told me nothing that made me feel any better about this shit. Might have made me feel better in the moment, but I always came back to, nah, that was some fuck shit. And damn, I feel really shitty about. I was like, I used to really say out my mouth, damn, I mean, what? I'm going to pay a motherfucker. Whether it be my money, insurance money, what? I'm going to pay a motherfucker to sit there and write it down and then give me some college degree ass solution to what I need to do about this shit that ain't going to make me feel better. And as I start going through more and more of this shit, right? I said, no, I can respect the motherfucker that go to therapy. I can respect the motherfucker that damn, you know what I'm saying? Here I am putting pretense and what I think is a concept of therapy and all that on whatever, you know what I'm saying? But therapy don't just exist in them type rooms. This is therapy.
Thank you.
You know
well, back in the day, bro, you know who a therapist was back in the day? Back when our forefathers was around and people was actually really connected to God and they talked to him. You know who was the therapist? The priest. Mm-hmm. And if you don't believe me, go read that book. Mm-hmm. You know who King Solomon is, right?
Yeah.
You know how he got his reputation as the wisest person on earth? Motherfuckers would come to him with their problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was the king.
If the king can't help you,
the king was the therapist. Yeah. You know why he was so good at that? Because he always asked God what to say. Mm-hmm. You know why you never felt like you needed therapy? You hear God. You talk to him. You know him. All I'm coming to you, if I'm looking for a good therapist, what I'm looking for is somebody to give me the comfort. The only person that's giving me comfort is God. Mm-hmm. God then gave some people a gift. I hear it all the time about me. I'm no therapist. Yeah. But I know people come to me and tell me all the time, it's just something about, I done heard that before, but the way you say it.
Yeah, the way you delivered it.
I just heard it from you, and sometimes God gives people those gifts so where they can say shit and it resonates with people. And you know how I know? Because we're doing this.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So I know it exists. And that's what you look for in a therapist. But why would I need a therapist when, like you said, this is therapy? Yeah. If I need to hear God's voice, I'm going to come talk to. Yeah. If I need to hear God's voice, I'm going to go talk to him.
Yeah, yeah.
If I need God's voice, I'm going to listen.
When I realize this shit ain't going right, I'm going to go sit with him.
I'm going to go sit with him. But you know the crazy thing is, Christian? You know what I started to learn, bro? Everybody don't know they can sit with him.
Yeah. Yeah, they
And
think,
I'm not talking about non-believers when I say that.
no. It's
I'm
people,
talking about people that know him.
people that acknowledge
they
he
don't
exists.
know they can go sit with him.
Yeah, at your worst of your worst.
They don't know. You know how I know? I didn't know.
Yeah, no.
I didn't know how to come sit with him.
No, you could,
Because I didn't want to come sit with him because I tried to act like I was too good to come sit with him, where it's like, I don't want God to see me like that. Like what?
That's crazy. You be sitting there, you be sitting there saying, I don't want God to see me like that. But then out your mouth you would say he omnipresent.
What? What are you talking about?
How you think you don't think he's seen you?
What are you talking about?
You don't think he's already seen the progression you was gonna make, the regression you was gonna make, how you ended up before you died, when you died.
And he just wants you to come talk to him.
That's it.
Give you all the peace you need.
You know.
But it's a gift. It's a gift. The gift is salvation, but it also is a gift to believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't, like, you hear about it you hear about people catching the Holy Spirit. You like, where do you ever hear that God gives you the Holy Spirit and that's what allows you to understand the Bible?
Mm-hmm.
That's what allows you to have this level of peace. That's what allows you to get on here and say this type of stuff. That's what allows you, in a world full of motherfuckers wanting to tell these kids that they ain't shit, make you stand up and say, hey kids, they ain't shit.
For even telling you that.
And I know they look like they popping and they got everything you want, but I'm telling you, they don't got everything you want. They just want it to look like they got everything you want.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And if you really want this shit, believe in yourself. Yeah. Love people. Because we got to start loving these people, because if we don't start loving these people, you heard what bruh said, you ain't shit without the people. Mm-hmm. And if you don't start loving your people, you ain't never gonna make no money. You ain't never gonna have no homeboys. You'll never have no family. You'll never have no children. Everybody that I just named are people. And they're no different than the strangers that you ain't met. They no different than the hood rat chick that you know. They no different than the gangbanger. Mm. I know we like to. These people have demons on them. They're not demons. Again. So don't demonize them. What did I say about realizing and normalizing? Mm-hmm. You're attaching what you're talking about to this thing. Do not demonize the people.
Don't put so much of your eyes on the demon that you forget that that's a person.
That's a person at the end of the day.
Like, no, but we can say what we want to about whoever, about whatever, bro. That's somebody's son. That's somebody's mom. That's somebody's daughter. That's somebody's cousin. That's somebody's aunt. That's somebody's uncle. That's somebody's whatever. You can't say because you don't agree with, you don't feel like, you aren't bothered by, you like that particular moment didn't affect you. Like, you can't say or feel like, how, matter of fact, not you can't say, how dare you cast a judgment upon them like that.
People think that the impossible really is impossible. The supernatural is impossible. You know how you see demons? I know I see demons. Mm-hmm. You know how I know I see demons? I don't see them with my eyes. I see them with my eye. Mm-hmm. Everybody want to be spiritual, this, spiritual, that, and everything spiritual will tell you the mind's eye is your third eye. Mm-hmm. That's not all that. That ain't even really.
And you understand that because to me, let's say we walked up and we actually encountered like an actual physical demon, like we saw a demon. A demon was gonna be a demon no matter what. At every point in turn, all humans want is somebody to care about them.
Facts.
some love.
Facts.
So I don't care how mean and nasty it come off as. I don't care how much hate it seem like they got in their heart. At the end of the day, if you in the right time with them, you will hear, damn boy, I can't stop crying. That let you know right there. You so mean, but you cry all the time. Oh man.
Boy, I can't cry.
Oh man. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Cry.
you hear,
Jesus cried, nigga. What the fuck is holding you back from just crying?
I'm so hard, buddy.
I'm a man. No.
You're struggling.
The greatest man that I ever know walked this earth weeped.
You're struggling.
You're not telling the truth here.
Be honest with yourself. You're dealing with some stuff that got you defeated right now.
Defeated to where you won't even let you let the tears fall.
Yeah.
And we be so scared to call that a demon. That is a demon.
I ain't never.
When it's something you battling, what are you battling? What are you talking about? You don't battle situations.
I used to feel like, because I always done damn, and I can say this shit just because I know who I am. I always done been an emotional ass nigga. So like, you
tapped into. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna say this. You cannot be an empathetic person and not be an emotional ass nigga. They don't go hand in hand.
Like
it can't happen.
I done been in rooms where the literal situation of the room ain't got nothing to do with me, nobody I care about, nobody, nothing. And if I hear something that's just like, oh no, that's heart wrenching, that pull on the heart, the tear might not even come in my eye. Like my eye might not get watery, but oh man, do I feel like, do you need a hug? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I know that's a lot. If you need anything, like I done literally told people out my mouth, like, bro, they'll tell me, this is how our conversation go. And, how you doing? I'm good. Why you say it like that? What's wrong? Oh, nothing. I'm good. Every single time I say, are you sure? They can't even look me in my eye when I say, are you sure? When I say, are you sure? It's like, I broke them down right there. And it's like, who knew that three word sentence was going to be, you know what I'm saying? It seemed to be everybody's. Oh shit, he done double tripled that. Like, and so I say, are you sure? And she looks and she goes, no, I'm not okay. And I tell everybody that I put through that little sequence, you done messed up now. Because now I feel like I got to come back and I got to see again. Because now I care about whether or not are you sure gonna turn into, oh no, I'm good now. So, and they be like, why you be so invested in? And it's because, one, I understand, I got empathy for her, and I just love people.
Christian, you can't. We don't believe enough in our gifts as gifts. When you're able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes like that, like, yes, you can only imagine, but like that imagination, like part of that hurt start to feel real.
Oh yeah.
It's like you took on that type pain.
Bro, if we got imaginations where I can come tell you, yeah, bro, I had 4 weird dreams that all felt like I was living them in real life. If I can do that, I can imagine Even if it's just a small part, I can imagine enough to feel.
People don't think, but my thing is, we cannot claim to believe in science and not believe in everything about it. Do you know that they've run science experiments on a human brain to where the body will start to feel pain when nothing is harming them if the right electrical circuits are wired up?
Mm-hmm.
So how can we not believe in empathy? There are people spiritually gifted enough to be able to feel other people's pain.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least imagine it. And that imagination starts to become real.
Mm-hmm.
So like, excuse me if that makes my emotions all over the place. It kind of what comes with the job.
Yeah. It is.
It kind of is what comes with the person.
You know,
and it's like, well, being kind don't get you this, being kind don't get you that. Maybe not from the outside world, but on the inside, it makes me feel all the more better about myself because I get to be true to who I am.
And because I've put myself in somebody's shoes. Guess what? For that split second, and she probably ain't gonna listen to this, and even if she do, it's out there to help people. I was walking in the hallway, junior year, I think. I turn around, and one of my close friends is just bawling her eyes out. And the only thing I do is give her a hug. We in the middle of the hallway. We about to be late to class. Everybody walking past. And in that moment, it was, nah, she needs somebody to embrace her right now. Because in that moment, you don't know. How I know that ain't what got her through the rest of the. You know what I'm saying? And you want to know how I know it did? Because we talk about it all the time. And it's like, okay, I think that was the one where I was like, okay, nah. That's part of your purpose. To be here for people when they feel like absolutely nobody is. Even if we didn't speak about what was going on or nothing like that. By the time I asked her what was wrong, that, you know what I'm saying, when that happened, she was good. And it's like, nah, people just need to, in certain times, certain moments, people just need to feel like, hey, I'm not alone.
Well, what is strong? If we talk about how putting your feelings to the side and doing what's necessary is the definition of strength, what is stronger than a motherfucker who got every reason to feel like insert here, and yet when they see a person hurt, when they see somebody that needs somebody, still being able to know that they're that somebody that most people need and embodying that in that moment. That don't make you weak. That don't make you and we so scared to be that, and that's why we don't be there for other people. That's why we won't make ourselves available. That's why we don't try to understand motherfuckers.
And I'm telling you, for anybody that feel like that, it give you a joy you didn't realize you could even possess. Being able to be that for somebody. Because in those type moments, you're not looking for nothing in return. Every time I done been in them type of moments, I'm just looking for, if this hysterical cry can just turn into every 2 minutes, I done did enough. I'm not no therapist. I'm not God. So I'm not even finna try to play neither one of them type of roles. But if for a second, right, even if it be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes that they just bawl their eyes out, if by the time I get up from this space, and that's it, hey, I done did enough to get them through. They didn't have to sit right here and just bawl their eyes out by themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that let me know. They come back and they tell you, nah, I'm grateful for when you did that. And I done tried to dismiss it so many times. That was when I knew, like, after that last time, okay, I'm not even finna try to fight this no more. That's part of who I am. Cause it was like, actually, no. By the time, yeah, nah, right. I'm right. By the time we got to you, it was like, oh, I'm geared up for this. I done did it enough now. I probably wasn't even ready for this. If this would have happened 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't have been ready. If this would have happened 8 years ago, I probably wouldn't have been ready for it. But because I done had experience after experience after experience, when my mama cry, Mom, come here. Come here. Don't even know you're not finna go in your room and close your door and I have to hear that as I go down the steps. No, we about to have a moment in the hallway, and that's just what it's finna be. And when you walk away from this, you're gonna feel a lot better than if you would have just went in there, turned the TV off, and sat in the dark. That's a joy that I can't go get from anybody. Like, that's an inward thing where it's like, nah, I can smile because I know it's a beautiful thing. You ain't got to run from it. You don't have to run from being able to be empathetic towards a person, but before you ever empathetic, you got to understand your own feelings. You got to let yourself feel.
You know, you can learn everything about the human experience if you look at yourself first.
Hell yeah.
You can, I can't put myself in the shoes of somebody who's been sexually assaulted, but I understand pain.
Mm-hmm. Trauma.
I understand crying out as a child and not getting the help. I may not be able to fully. I remember Ralph asking me that. Why would you even want to try to put yourself in somebody's shoes? You know you can never really feel them. And it's like, and I remember telling them, yeah, but that's not the point.
I'm not
trying to feel them. I'm trying to feel them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to understand. I'm trying to
make
connect the dots.
I'm trying to get them to realize you're not as alone as you think
you are. And that's it.
And the whole thing is, no, in this moment, I can't tell you that out my mouth. I just have to come sit with you at your lowest.
To make you feel it. I just got to put my energy in that arena.
I'm not trying to
so that you can you'll feel it.
I'm not trying to make you believe it. I'm trying to make you feel it.
But you go feel me though.
I'm not trying to make you feel like, oh no, Christian knew exactly.
I believe so much because we like to act like energy don't exist. But I believe so much in my spiritual energy that I know if I just sit by you,
mm-hmm.
If you anywhere, and you are aware because you're a person and you're alive, so you're aware of the energy around you. Maybe not consciously, but subconsciously you are. If you're just around me, and that's why motherfuckers be treating me so different when they're not around me, and then when they get around me, they get around the energy, Christian. And you can't fake the funk when you around it. It's impossible.
You can fake it through these phones and through this internet shit and all this other shit. But that's why it's nothing like being face to face in person with a person. That is nothing like getting to know somebody.
Gotta be around the energy, man.
No, because we like to talk about good energy all the time, but how do I know when I come around you that the bad energy might repel me away from you? I might get around you and really not vibe with you and not want to do this again, but I don't know that. How I'm gonna know how, or say with me and you, right? How would I know the energy shift? Let's say I never come down here. And you know what I'm saying, I just keep talking to you like we've been regular or whatever. But you still develop the way you do. And I start hearing less from you and all that. I'm going to feel like, damn, I went to Columbia and kind of just forgot about me. But since I'm here day to day and I'm feeling the energy, and I know what's been going on and all that. I could never feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I done watched everything go down, but even before watching, I felt the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew
Before anything ever had to come out of nigga mouth, okay, whatever a motherfucker putting off now, it ain't what they was putting off when they was down and depressed. I know what that felt like.
Yeah, facts.
I just don't even feel like a nigga never even got to tell me anything. I could just look at him.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I look at him, I just know, like he just. I remember, even a few years ago, this happened when I came down for Robbie wedding. I was like, yeah, shit just done changed, and I remember Sebastian telling me, yeah, man, you just seem happier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was like, and that's not a negative, but it's like, I could tell when I got around you, it was something there that it's just like, it's not that you're not a bright kid. It's just
something's wrong.
Like something's dim in your light.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get around you now and you just ready to burst with it. And it's like, you can't fake that. You can't fake that funk. No. Like, you can't get around that and not feel it. No, that's why when motherfuckers is mad in a room, you feel it. Mm-hmm. It's tense. It's heavy. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's not something we can fake. Why do we act like that don't exist?
Right.
And if we know it exists, why don't we try to bring that positivity? Because we don't believe that the positivity, we don't believe that the light, we don't believe that the truth, we don't believe that God, we don't believe that love can change the world like that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you, it wouldn't be a podcast like this if that shit wasn't true.
This podcast, if for every episode that we get on here and we go for an hour and a half, it's a reason we can go an hour and a half. That ain't just because we good at this shit naturally. It's because we always got something to say that don't come from a book. These are just how we've grown up. This is the life experiences that we've encountered. These are real feelings that we're talking about. These are real like experiences that we've been through, that we've encountered, that we've learned from, that we've, you know what I'm saying? We done talked about our most hurt moments on here. You know what I'm saying? And how they shaped us back then and how we are right now. And we done been potting during some of our most hurt moments and we talk, and you could tell if you go back and you listen and you think a little, you know what I'm saying? You just think a little deeper into some shit. You could tell we was hurt in them episodes by how we was talking about what we was talking about. Some of them episodes, if you go back and or if we decide to pick up where we left off, we'd be like, man, we don't even feel like that no more.
And that's why it's so important to document this though.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so important to get on here, man, because the people don't just gotta hear this shit. They gotta feel this shit. They gotta experience this shit. Because the experience is what's gonna let them know. Man, they're not telling a lie when they say, man, you are not alone in this shit.
No. You really, they not telling a lie when they say you can't do this
alone in this shit.
No.
Not in this life shit.
No,
my dad just said it yesterday. Life is like a video game. You just gotta figure out how you want to play it.
All right.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not a single player game.
No.
This is a MMO, my guy. Like this is massive multiplayer. You know what I'm saying? Like this is global multiplayer. Online, nigga.
Like
I promise.
Like, nah, you need. I will never not. I know y'all probably sick of me saying this, especially at the end of the episode. Get strong community around you. You're going to need it. If you're going to live this life, if you're going to be anything other than insert, you're going to need people that are there to hold you accountable, that are there when everybody can't stand you. You're going to need somebody to back you up. You're going to need somebody to defend, protect, cultivate. It's too much that you're going to need on this journey that you just can't do yourself. You'll run yourself into the ground.
And what Christian don't have to say is, you are the company you keep. So once you get strong community, you're a part of strong community.
Exactly.
But think about it. You're a part of strong community.
Which would mean you're strong in your
Community.
It's
not a thing, like I keep saying all the time, it's not a thing where you become something and then you think it. You think it and then you become it. You claim it and then you become it.
People are always talking about I'm an overthinker. Well, overthink your way into some positive shit.
I always thought I was an overthinker too. Until I realized I just wasn't putting my mind on the right shit. When you putting your mind on a whole bunch of bullshit and a whole bunch of lies, it's gonna feel like you being naturally intelligent is overthinking.
Right. But as soon as you switch it to some shit that's cultivating, some positive good stuff, some realization.
When the last time I said I was overthinking?
I was just about to say nobody ever like
I can't tell you. I don't remember.
The people that call themselves overthinkers, they don't say that when they thinking about good shit.
No.
But and the reality is, if there is such thing as an overthinker, like I just said, overthink yourself out of your situation. If you think you're an overthinker, as a former quote unquote overthinker, I'll let you know the key to this shit. You know what the key to this shit is? You got to realize that you're a hyper intelligent motherfucker who has been taught that your hyper intelligence is not to be celebrated. I'm naturally, and people tell me this all the time at my job, and I just started to accept it. I catch on to things quick. I learn and implement concepts quickly. And so if I am wasting my brain power telling myself I was focused on the wrong shit, it wasn't too, but I haven't stopped yet. No.
But once you stop, oh man, it frees up all that brain power for some amazing shit. Frees up all that energy for some amazing shit.
And the crazy part is we like the one day you'll look up. And it's like, no, tomorrow you could look up. This looks up for you tomorrow if you wake up and you just reconsider. Recalibrate it, man. You don't have to be what you done grew up around. You don't have to be the things that you come from. That don't have to be your max or nowhere near it.
And if we all believe that, embodied that, man, we'd be amazed how much we actually really love each other, man.
You be the positivity of this world would be overwhelming. But you know what?
Woke up,
you know what? Let me take that back. No, it wouldn't, because it'd be the normal thing. It's overwhelming when it's a whole bunch of negativity around here, and we try to bring a lot of positivity to it. That's when people be like, "Oh my gosh, why they so bubbly? Why they so joyful? Why they so?" That's because you're supposed to be like that anyway.
Nobody would question it if we was all like
that.
If
the world just if the whole world was fueled by positivity and love and care and what we're supposed to be doing down here, it'd be a whole different ball game. We never, you know how we always talking about in sports how they be on runs. We never not be on a run. They always, man, the world would be calling a timeout on us.
The human race will be on the run.
Humanity will be on a run. But you can't get that way without loving and caring and being empathetic and everything that got a bad label for it, you kind of need this shit to have a joyful one of these. And I'm talking about life. So, man, we done rocked it again.
Again.
Yep.
My face is like a rock song.
Man, we appreciate y'all for coming out, man. Tuning in with us for yet another episode, man. We'll be back next week. We hope you learned something from this.
Yep.
And we're going to keep kicking them out and kicking them out and kicking them out. But until next week, gang.
Peace.